Welcome to FBB Forum. If you like this content, please be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube and Instagram pages. I'm very pleased to welcome back the beautiful IFBB Pro women's physique competitor, Nicole Sanchez, who's also known when she won 2022 Nationals as Nicole Washington. Back to the podcast. We're going to do a part two on our interview that we did last week, and we had a few more questions to cover. So welcome back, Nicole. It's great to see you again.
Thanks for having me back. I appreciate it. It's nice to see you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Yeah, I've had a few interviews in between. I had three of the the 2024 Nationals Pro Card winners on
Mhm.
since then. So it's kind of cool to get to talk to the national winners like that. So it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, ladies look great this year. Definitely.
Yeah, they did. There were some ladies I never heard of before, and they just wowed everybody, I think. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited because I hope with like our incoming women's physique athletes that, maybe we'll get some more visibility. So,
Yeah, I hope so too. I think you're right. And there was a good turnout for women's physique. Not a great turnout for women's bodybuilding. They only had like six competitors, but
mm,
women's physique at nationals was really good, I thought. So that was great.
yeah.
Now, I know you work at Equinox, but how long have you worked there? Equinox Gym in San Francisco, is that right?
Yes, in Palo Alto, which is a little south of San Francisco.
Yeah.
Um, I just started working here at the end of October, so I'm very new.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. And what's your role there?
I'm a personal trainer. So we have three different tiers. So there's coach, coach X or coach plus, and then coach X. And coach plus, I think there's like a nutrition certification, and then coach X, there's like continuing education you need to take. So I'm a coach right now, but my goal is to become a coach X, because we just learned, or I just learned in one of our development meetings that there's a special type of membership at Equinox in Texas, where it's called the $40,000 membership, where you get
Okay.
a sleep coach and then a personal trainer and get the third one. I think like just like a doctor, and then they do your blood work. And so it's
Oh,
basically like if you're a bodybuilder, that's the membership for you. So I really want to like learn and try and be a part of that because I think that I can hopefully bring more people into Equinox and be like, look, we cater to bodybuilders too. Ta-da. So yeah.
that's terrific. That's very cool. I actually saw something about Equinox recently. It was JFK Jr. and he was working out like in jeans and
Uh,
one of the and it was at Equinox maybe in New York, but it might have been in California. I'm not sure, but they were kind of making fun of him for working out in jeans, I think.
yeah, well, as long as they're stretchy, like work out in whatever you want.
Yeah, they might have been stretchy. Maybe that might have worked actually. He's in good shape too for a guy his age. Yeah, he
Yeah. Yeah. And
definitely works out.
kind of funny though, because some people, not people that I know like closely, but there's some people who are like, oh, well, he's old and why does he look good? He's old. Why he shouldn't look good. Like, is he taking all these steroids? And I'm just like, yo, this is a good thing. Like, it's good that he looks good and he's 75 or whatever. So I found
Yeah.
that discourse a little strange. So yeah.
Oh no, I mean, yeah, bodybuilding's fountain of youth, I think I would say,
Yeah,
yeah.
I tend to agree. Yes.
So in terms of your clients, they're in Palo Alto, do you have bodybuilding and lifestyle mix, or is it more lifestyle clients?
Honestly, I have zero bodybuilding clients. People here, I don't want to say they don't bodybuild, but they haven't heard of the sport. They don't know what's involved. And they seem, at least in the short time I've been here, they seem a little off-put by the
Hmm.
fact that like I have muscle, but I'm not the only bodybuilding trainer here. There's a couple other ones, but they're
Yeah,
so I feel like the men have it a little easier because, you expect a man to be muscular, but when they
yeah,
see a muscular woman, they're like, what's happening? Like, are you
right.
okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. This is what I do. So the clients I have been lifestyle. They don't want to be fat. and they want to get toned. And I always tell them like, in order to get toned, you have to build muscle. And I know you don't like those words, but that's what being toned is, where you can see your muscle because they want like separation, but they don't
Yeah.
want. I was like, you can have that, or you can just build muscle and have that separation and eat more. So I usually get them with the you can eat more. So then they'll be like,
Oh, nice.
yeah, yeah. Because before they're like, but then I'm like, no, if you have more muscle, you can eat more food. Then they're like, I'm in. So yeah, I haven't been able to really utilize my like bodybuilding experience here yet, but
Okay.
I that there will be one person, hopefully.
That'd be great. Yeah, I wonder if you're working, are you working with like people working at the big tech firms?
Yes, lots of Google, lots of Facebook. Facebook is actually like right down the street from us. So we have
Yeah.
a lot of people who are coming like straight from work or they train in the morning and they're going straight to Facebook. But the tech scene, they're starting to kind of understand that like having muscle isn't terrible and that it actually helps you live longer and it's key to your longevity. So the people are interested. I just think that they're I'm different. I'll just put it that way. So they just
Mhm.
get used to like, oh, there's a muscular woman walking around. Okay. So
Sure. I got you. I totally understand that. Yeah. I would
yeah.
think though some of those tech guys might just because of long hours might not have enough time to do bodybuilding per se, but I was thinking, but maybe down the road they would, and but at least they're coming in to work out and get some exercise in. I think that's a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And I always tell them as long as you're here, as long as you're moving, like I don't really care how you do it. Like obviously I'm gonna tell you your form is bad if it's bad, but you're here exercising, which most people don't. So you're already like in a good spot. So now it's just a matter of, pushing them a little. A lot of them are they like to be comfortable, so I have to like be like, no, you can do more than that. No, I'm gonna give you a heavier dumbbell. No, don't take the 15. I'm giving you the 25. Don't complain. Then they're like, okay. So yeah, I have to kind of like coax them into it, and then they get into it. So
That's awesome. No, I think that's great. Yeah. Maybe like a weighted laptop or something would be good,
yeah, something like
then.
that.
Now I was curious in terms of San Francisco area and the Bay Area, would you consider that, pretty supported bodybuilding community, or do you know many other pros over there?
No, I don't. I think there's one other women's physique pro in the Bay, and that's it. It's just
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know her that well. I think her name is Stephanie. I think her handle is Steph the Bodybuilder. I reached out a while ago and I didn't get a response, so I'll reach out again. But the scene here is very isolated. So
Oh,
I've met a lot of bodybuilders here, but I had to travel. I had to go to different gyms. I had to get to know people. I had to talk to people. I had to meet people on Instagram. I had to be like, oh, hey, do you know so and so? Like, so I had to do all of the dot connecting.
oh
Um,
yeah. Huh.
yeah, people really just kind of stay in their own little groups, which it's fine. But the Bay is not that big. So I was under the impression that the scene would be more cohesive. And it's just
Yeah.
odd. So out here, there's a lot of like CrossFit and like High Rocks, I think that's like a triathlon or something. So there's a lot more of that, but bodybuilding is slowly like becoming more prominent. Because we had a couple of bodybuilding gyms open in the Bay. And then Gold's Gym came back to the Bay because I don't know if you know, but the we used to have Gold's Gyms here, and then the owner of the franchises got in trouble politically, so they rebranded and became a
Oh,
oh, yeah. But
wow.
but now we have a Gold's Gym again in Milpitas. So I do think that Gold's will be coming back
Okay.
with a little different messaging, I guess.
Yeah, it is interesting you mentioned that because I just from doing these interviews for a couple of years now, that's very, very rare that I've talked to anybody from San Francisco and the Bay Area. So, which is surprising because if you think about all the population there, but yeah, I don't understand, why. And I know probably the closest bodybuilding show is like Legions, but then Legions has taken away women's physique, unfortunately, which is really sad, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but and then I think maybe Titans down in Los Angeles. I can't remember if they had women's physique last year too or this year.
there's no pro women's physique shows on the West Coast at all. The
Oh.
closest one is Arizona, but Pacific Northwest, California, Oregon, nothing. There's nothing
Oh.
there. Like it starts in Arizona and moves eastward. I don't know why. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, I guess there's just not a lot of us out here, but
Hmm.
I think there would be more of us. Like we have good weather, we have good food, so like where you at? But you know,
Yeah.
so the culture here is very like there's a lot of bikini athletes here and men's physique. And
Hmm.
I feel that if bikini is the dominant category in an area, you're just not going to find figure or physique. So
Hmm.
I feel like it's easier to find more of us where there are more of us, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. That's too bad though. It's surprising actually.
I
Um,
know, sad.
but it'd be nice to get a promoter to get a show going there in the area, or even Southern California's not well represented, I don't think, with bodybuilding shows, so
No, I
yeah.
find that our scene is very isolated. Like the things that are popular in California are not popular when you go east. So, or the things that we think are important, like the rest of the country is like, huh? Like, what are you talking about? So, I think that California is we're kind of in some ways we're almost our own little country. Like a lot of things that happen east of us, I don't want to say they don't affect us, but we just have our own view. And so I feel that that kind of limits us from really participating in the national sport as a whole, like in the same way that Texas does, or like Georgia or North Carolina, or all the eastern states. But that's
Yeah.
so I'm just speaking for myself.
Yeah. Well, that's a shame though. But yeah, I understand where you're coming from. One thing I did notice that was kind of cool is that Emerald Cup is bringing back, I think, women's bodybuilding and women's physique, but it's for masters though. So, and I think you're too young to do masters. So,
Oh my God. So like, sorry.
oh, no problem. Um, but yeah, but at least I was glad to see Emerald Cup bringing back those pro divisions and stuff. So, but yeah, I know it's just weird. I'm just surprised that the West Coast is like that.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah. Now, I was curious, are your parents supportive of your bodybuilding career?
My mom, yes, very much so. I don't really talk to my dad about it. He's an engineer, so he's like, just stay healthy and I don't really care what you do. But my mom, she's very supportive. She's always been very supportive of like everything I wanted to do.
Nice.
Um, yes, ever since I did dance, I did swimming, I did all the things, and she was always there going, yay. So this one, it took her a little bit because she was like, well, are you going to stay natural? Like, are you going to take substances? And I was like, maybe, I don't know. So that's the only part where she kind of objects, but otherwise she was really happy to see that I won. And the day I won, she called me and she was like, wait, did you just win? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh my God. Because I sent her the live stream, and I
Oh
guess
yeah.
yeah, she was on a work call and
Uh,
she was like not paying attention. And then she saw when I won the overall title and she was like, oh, wow, that girl looks really nice. And then she recognized me. She didn't recognize,
oh,
yeah,
I
because
see.
she's so lean and she's
Yeah.
never seen me lean like that. So she didn't know who I was until I think I like jumped up and down or something. She was like, oh, that's my kid. So,
Oh, that's
so
so cute. That's hilarious.
yeah, it was funny. And she was like, yeah,
Yeah.
there was a girl and she had a similar suit to you. And then she won. And I was like, that was me.
That's so cute. Yeah. I wonder if
Yeah.
she didn't recognize you with the stage makeup too, because you have to wear that stage makeup to kind of accentuate your look and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just the whole package. She was like, who's that woman? And I was like, me.
And that's so cute. Did she
Yeah.
have any qualms about getting up there in a bikini in front of strangers and that kind of thing?
Well, she's fine with it. Like I said, I used to do ballet and we had to wear leotards, so and
Yeah.
tights, which is it's similar. Like
Mhm.
sometimes we didn't have tights and it was just the leotard. So she's used to like seeing me in performance settings and also in swimming. We had swimsuits. Same it's swimsuit as a leotard. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
the same
true.
thing. Yeah. So but she's fine with it. She's not unsupportive. The re and her side of the family, they're all very supportive. My dad's side of the family, they're kind of supportive, but they also are like, I don't know what this is, so I'm just gonna not ask you about it, but good job. And I'm like, that's fine.
That's cool. Yeah. How
Yeah.
about you have siblings too?
I do not. I'm an only
Yeah.
child.
Oh yeah. Oh, very cool. That's cool. Yeah. I have a daughter who's an only child too, and I thought about that. Like, would I be cool with her getting up on stage in a bikini? I'm like, I don't know about that. It
Oh,
just would be. Hmm?
why?
Oh, I don't know. It just, um, just in terms of strangers, and just, just there's a lot of exposure. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be cool with it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But but
Yeah.
I mean, I support women's bodybuilding, of course, too. But I've had my own daughter do it. I'm like, I don't know. I've thought about it a few times.
Hmm,
So she's but she's 19 now, and I don't think she would never do it, but it's possible she would. Yeah, she's a good kid.
oh, that's cool.
Now I was curious, do you have kids or do you hope to have kids later?
I mean, I don't have kids now. I would like one or two. Um, but right now, no, no. I'm very focused on qualifying for the Olympia, and honestly, a kid would just get in the way. So
Yeah. Oh, I know. That's true.
yeah, and like kids are expensive. I like chicken. I like if I could either buy like chicken or diapers. I'm probably gonna buy the chicken, but then the kid needs the diapers, and I don't want to be that parent who's like buying chicken instead of diapers. So I just know that I'll worry about that after I've completed my goals. So
Yeah, I got you. I understand. No, that's very cool. I think that's good. I'm impressed by the ladies that are moms and then they do bodybuilding after and or while their kids are even still at home. And I just think that would be really challenging, I would think,
yes,
to juggle that, that family and life and their needs and with all you got going on with bodybuilding, which is not easy at all to do, so.
I mean, when I have kids, I'm still going to compete because I want my children to like be exposed to bodybuilding and for them to understand like how much it can make you a better person and have them be conscious of why you should take care of your health. But I don't think I would do women's physique. I've discussed this with my husband, and I will probably want to do wellness after I have kids just because I really like the wellness look, the wellness app.
Yeah.
They're strong, they're very inspiring. And I think that's a good it's a good division to like be able to have a kid and then also do it because I don't have to worry about my upper body like at all. So
Yeah, yeah.
training days I don't need to have, and then I can deal with the kiddos. So yeah.
That's a good strategy, actually. That makes sense. I think that's smart. Yeah, definitely. And you could even I think wellness ladies can even do more shows, than physique ladies could just because it's such an arduous process with physique and yeah, it's harder for sure, I would think, to do. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say I don't think that any bodybuilding prep is easy, but it's just different. Like wellness has different challenges. Like the conditioning, you can't be too grainy or they'll mark you down. You can't be
Mhm.
too big up top and they'll mark you down. Like physique, we have to worry about get as lean as possible, get as big kind of as possible. So I feel like what we have to worry about, it might be more like the conditioning might be more challenging, but I feel like our criteria are a little simpler than,
Mhm.
for example, where like the how disproportionate do you want the difference between the upper and the lower? Well, that depends on the show. That depends on where you are in the country. Do you
Mhm.
compete in Europe? They want different conditioning out there. So I feel like wellness, like there's so many more factors that will influence an athlete's placing, whereas physique, like, are you conditioned? Yes. Okay, you're probably gonna win. If you're not, you're not winning. So
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, I understand that. And yeah, I think that'd be a good move for you to try wellness, especially yeah, if you had kids. But I still prefer women's physique, so you got to stick with that for now.
yeah, yeah. For now, physique definitely has my heart. Like I said, wellness is definitely in the future, but I love the creativity of physique. I love the routines. And I'm not ready to wear heels. I like being barefoot, like heels now. not for
That's
me.
great. Yeah. No, I think that's good. I think it'll be, and I like the goal of getting qualifying for the Olympiad too. I think that's a good goal. Yeah.
I think it's achievable. How my coach is having me progress right now, I think I can do okay. So I'm just gonna say that.
Awesome. No, that's exciting. I'm excited for you. So yeah. Now I was curious, do you ever find it hard to deal with demands of social media and hearing from fans and such?
I don't really do social media. Like I post here and there, but I'm very, very, very selective about what I post. I never post like butt shots or like things like that. I'm not comfortable doing that. And so
Hmm.
I think that my engagement is very low because I don't post things like that. I
Sure.
feel that social media, like, it should highlight you. It shouldn't be something where it shouldn't be something that you like rely on to be successful in the industry, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many followers you have, it matters how good your physique is. So
Yeah, that's a
my
good point.
my social media presence is very, very curated, and I don't share a lot. My main inspiration for that way of doing it is Sydney Galan, the
Yeah,
yeah, she doesn't show anything, no skin, no nothing. And I remember in a video that I watched where she talked about her social media strategy. She said, I wanted to show women that you don't have to be half naked in order to win an Olympia.
yeah.
You can be covered, you can work in silence, you don't have to be posting all the time, and you can still win. So
Hmm.
I think that my strategy, I would like it to be similar. And especially because I'm just not like that. I never have my phone. I'm really bad at taking pictures. So both of those things equal, like, I don't really have a social media presence.
I
And
gotcha.
yeah, and I don't know if I have fans because I'm never on there. So like I have like friends who are like, yeah, go Nicole, but they're my friends. So like if they say something, I'm like, thank you. I don't really get like random people being like, let me see your boobs or whatever or whatever.
Uh,
Yeah. So yeah.
I was curious if folks look for you as Nicole Washington too. That's your maiden name?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I on my Instagram, I have my married name now. So I'm Nicole Sanchez. So maybe that's why people can't find me.
that could be. Yeah, if they knew you from Nationals win, too. And
Mm.
no, that's cool. I definitely I can see where that strategy, social media strategy makes sense. And I know a lot of ladies who just kind of get off social media when they're leading up to a show so that they're not distracted or not, it doesn't get in their head that what the other athletes are looking like. They need to
Yeah.
focus on yourself.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that during my nationals prep that I wish that I would have changed. I definitely was looking for people on social media. I was like, "Ooh, what does this girl look like?" And everybody looked fantastic. And I was like, oh, well, I'm not gonna win. But then when you see them on show day, they always look different. So
Yeah, that's
another,
true.
yeah, and another thing that I want to do. I don't use filters. I don't Photoshop. I don't edit. And I purposely haven't tried to learn how to take pictures because my philosophy is if I look good in my pictures, which are shitty, I'll look really good on stage. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a good point. Yeah. No, I think that's good. And I prefer that. I would prefer to see unedited photos because sometimes they're can be kind of unrealistic, I think, when you see what's on people post on Instagram.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, I don't understand why you do it because you editing your picture to look a certain way, and then you show up and you don't look like that. And so the judges all see your Insta. That's another thing. That's another reason I'm not really on social media, or if I am, it's very like it's specific because I
Yeah.
know the judges all have Instagrams. They all see what you post. They see you posting opinions that they wouldn't like, and at the end of the day, the IFBB is pay to play. So if you can't get along with people or you're fighting with people online, um, that might factor into your placing because
Yeah.
also the reason people win shows, it's because they have a good physique, but are they marketable? And so
Yeah.
somebody who's marketable, you're not going to be fighting with people online. You're not going to be posting inappropriate pictures. Or if you are, don't expect a reward.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. That's good advice, actually, I think, for people listening in here. So, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it makes sense. And it makes sense with the judges, paying attention.
Well, they do.
Yeah.
And and I there is a one example that where somebody's social media presence got them in trouble, Aaron Banks.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
what happened with him? I forgot.
well, I don't know like details, so I'm not gonna say this happened, but he made some posts about not needing to be 100% to win the Olympia. Uh,
Mm. Oh, wow. Hmm.
yes, and then he did Legion and he didn't win.
Yeah.
I think Kyron won. I don't know his last name, but I thought Kyron deserved the title because he actually was ready. But when you are posting things like that, like I don't need to be 100%, or you have like kind of an arrogant attitude, like people see that. And I think everyone enjoys a shit talker until they talk too much shit. And then that's something else you have to worry about. And you're already on prep. Why are you worrying about this image you're trying to project of like, I'm a big man or woman or whatever? And that's
Hmm.
more stress. And your body shows the stress. So I can tell who is on social media um, and who isn't on show day because you can see it in their body.
Hmm.
We can't hide anything. So
Yeah.
if
Hmm.
you, yeah, if you're a social media queen, you're probably not going to be looking your best. But there are a few people who can do it, and I don't know how they do it. They're like amazing. But for me, I know I can't do social media and look my best, so I just don't do social media.
Okay, cool. I think that's interesting. I think that makes sense. No, that yeah, and I definitely understand where you're coming from too. Um, I was curious, have you dealt much with like kind of overbearing fans? And I just for the fans out there, y'all got to behave.
No, not really. I've had like random people. I had like one guy ask for like pictures, and I said no, sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. I lost
Yeah,
you. Oh,
this
the lights.
the light in this room is on a timer, so I just have to like
Oh, oh
yeah,
no problem.
yeah, that's gonna be weird in the interview, but it's okay.
That's
Um,
no problem.
yeah, I know. But I had like one person ask me for pictures, and I said no. And they were like, "Why?" And I said, "I'm not comfortable." And they were like, "Oh, well, you're a bodybuilder. All of you do that." Blocked. So as they say, my block game is strong. You come at me with something weird, you're blocked. I don't.
Okay,
So I
that's
really,
good. I like that.
yeah, no, I cut that off because also, why are you messaging a random woman asking for pictures? Like, ew,
Hmm.
ew.
Yeah, I
No,
know. It's kind of creepy. Yeah. And yeah, the block button is definitely your friend, I think. Yeah.
yeah. And then my husband is very like, he'll be like, did anyone say anything weird? And I'll be like, no, it's fine. So he's very protective too, and
Yeah.
he gets mad. He'll get really upset if somebody's being disrespectful or anything. So
Okay.
having him there to also be like, no, don't accept that treatment. It helps me to be like, all right, this person's being weird. Goodbye.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. No, I think that's good. I think that's smart. I have heard about some weird stuff that fans will do, and
Me too.
there, one woman I know, she said that this guy was reaching out about armpit sniffing, and it was like, and she thought it was pretty weird, and it is kind of odd. So just weird fetishes like that.
Yeah. Well, the internet kind of enables that. So like,
Yeah, that's
but
true.
that but that's why you have to be careful about what you put on the internet so that people don't get the idea that you would be open to that.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I do want to say, like, I know there are some people who like they make money off of the fetish and like good. Like if you are comfortable monetizing that aspect, like go ahead, like whatever.
Mhm.
It's hard out here. Like make money how you can. For it's just for me personally, I won't do it. So
Yeah, I understand. I actually talked with Trish Wood, who's over in Sacramento, about her kind of side hustles like that. And I thought it was just kind of interesting for other people who might be interested in doing something like that to get Trish's experience. But yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I think, do what you got to do and if you feel comfortable with it. And she was pretty open about it too. So Yeah.
Yeah, and I always respect women who are transparent and open about that what they do. I don't really respect you if you excuse me, if you're talking down on a certain thing and then I discover that you do it, like what you doing?
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. And
hypocritical.
I've met a couple people like that, and I distance myself because nobody needs that drama, but also like I don't need to tell them I disagree. I'm just like, all right, cool, see ya.
Yeah, I got you. That
Yeah,
does seem hypocritical to me. Yeah, that kind of thing. That's not good.
a little bit.
Now, I was curious, what would you say is the most kind of misunderstood aspect of bodybuilding by the general public? Because I think there's a lot of myths about bodybuilding from people looking, perpetuated by people looking from the outside. But what would you say in terms of what you've encountered since you started?
Um, I think the most misunderstood thing about us is that we have muscle, so we want to fight you, and we're aggressive, and we're
Oh,
like overbearing and stupid. And a lot of people here at my job actually have that kind of view, and
really?
it's just not true. Just because somebody has muscle, it does not mean they're aggressive. I don't know
Yeah.
where those things got linked together, but like it's so weird to me. And another thing is that women with muscle are not feminine. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not masculine. Like a lot of the other ladies are not masculine. We're just women and we just built our bodies. So that's one, those are two very common misunderstandings that I get, or either like that or like you have to do a lot or the third big one is like, oh, you take all the drugs. No, I don't take hardly any drugs actually. I take less now than I took when I started.
Really?
So my progress,
Wow.
yes,
Oh,
my
wow.
progression has been downward instead of upward.
Okay. Wow.
um
Cool. Yeah.
yeah, because but the reason is because I work very, very hard. So I supplement the gains that I would have gotten with more drugs with just working way, way harder. And
Yeah.
I'm at
I
a
see.
point where if I'm not almost throwing up in the workout, it's not a good workout. And that's what you have to do
Yeah.
if you don't want to take a lot of drugs.
Okay. Yeah, I gotcha. I
Yeah.
understand.
But yeah, I would say openly, I'm not natural. Like definitely not.
Yeah.
But I don't take nearly as much as people think I take. And it's because I have a work ethic. So yeah.
That's terrific. That's great. No, that's really, yeah. I think there is a lot of myths about steroid use, I think, with bodybuilders and no, and that's great that the drug use is going down. I think that's terrific, actually. Yeah.
And I think that the way that the Manians are, they seem to be saying they want women's physique. It's they don't want us to be huge, so
Hmm.
it's a more attainable physique now. And like me as the overall winner, Haley this year is the overall winner. Like
Yeah.
not neither of us were gigantic when we won. We are both cut, very conditioned, but we just have a little extra muscle. We're bigger than figure, so you can tell a difference, but we're not like bodybuilders. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that the Manians are making that distinction between the categories so that people can start to see, oh, okay, well, you're not that big, so you're obviously not a bodybuilder, you're a physique athlete. So
Yeah.
there's
I
that.
think that's great. I think there has to be a better demarcation, I think, between the two divisions. Yeah. And what
Yes.
they're rewarding. I think you're right about that. I think, and I've noticed that in the last couple of years too.
Hmm.
Um, I spoke with Natalie Miller, who won women's bodybuilding overall and Class A women's physique, and
Hmm.
she kind of reminds me of that too. That somebody who's smaller but brings great conditioning, great shape, and just really pretty on stage too. I think, and
Hmm.
but I just
Yeah,
think
and that's what physique should be. We should be smaller, conditioned, but also feminine and pretty. Like
yeah,
Sharonica, like I think the reason Sharonica got third is because Sarah and Natalia, like they have their own thing. But the third place person, I've noticed, if you're third in the Olympia, that's the look they're going for. And
yeah,
Sharonica beat some of the bigger girls like Zama from Brazil.
mhm.
And it's because Sharonica's look is very streamlined and it is attainable. Like I could see more women looking like Sharonica than potentially like Zama. So
Yeah. I totally agree with you. I was so glad that Sharonica came back to compete again.
Me
I love
too.
her look.
I love her posing, her stage presence, how she does her hair. It's all just so put together. And I need like I want her to be the face of our sport because that is what women's physique should be.
Yeah, I agree with you on that actually. And I love her, she took time off to build her posing coaching business, and now she's, I think she's one of the top posing coaches now. And
She
but
should.
her presentation is just phenomenal, and so is her athletes too, so
It's
yeah.
just she's just she thinks of the whole package, and
Mhm.
that's something similar to how I present on stage. No, no, it's not just the physique with a bikini and some makeup. No, it's a package. Like you're getting
Mhm.
everything, and as part of that, that includes the posing, that includes your air, like how you carry yourself. All of that
Mhm.
is a part of the package, and she exemplifies that like perfectly. So
Yeah,
I'm such a fan.
I agree. No, she's terrific. I met her a few times and she's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Now I was curious, do you like to show off your muscles in public? I know you're in San Francisco, so it's really cold there, so no.
No, I stay covered. I made the conscious decision to stay covered, just because Sydney also stays covered. So I was like, I'm gonna be like her. And also, I don't like being stared at, and so every time I wear like a tank top, I get people who are like, I'm like, I don't like that. So I'm wearing like a big sweater now. I was wearing a sweater last time, so I
Yeah.
just stay covered. So I look normal, but then the second, like, if I happen to take off a sweater, oh wow, she has muscle. So
Yeah.
that's how I move. Like, and I really like dresses and like flowy things. So you can't really see the muscle unless you're looking. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand too. You don't want to get stared at, and people can be rude, or
Yeah, or the thing, don't like in this when it was summer here, I had like mostly women, but like some they would just touch me. They'd be like, and I was like,
oh, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
There's
like
no personal
I'm
space
not,
there,
yeah,
huh?
like I'm not an animal in a zoo. What are you doing? And they'd be like, oh, I just want to feel your arm, and I'm like, did you ask me? What is your name? Have we met before? No, okay, don't touch me. So I would get that, and I was like, no. So now I stay covered.
That's a
So
good idea. I think that's smart. And I think, and Sid is somebody to look up to too. I mean, like, do what she's doing because she's, obviously succeeded. And I actually got to meet her at the Triple O Dynasty this year. And
uh-huh.
she's just so sweet, just really nice person.
Yeah, she's so humble, but at the same time, her boundaries are so strong and you will not cross them. And like
Mm,
that, like having boundaries, I feel like a lot of us could really like benefit from being able to enforce our boundaries. Cause I understand like being muscular, like it's different. You're different and you're an outsider. And we humans, we want to fit in. And so I think sometimes, like, and this is just from what my friends who compete have told me, like sometimes they will find themselves slipping a little bit because they want to be accepted or they don't want to appear standoffish or whatever. But Sydney, she's like, if you bother me, goodbye. And I'm like, yes,
mm.
love that, yes. So
Uh-huh.
I think, yeah. So just and also having her boundaries, I know that helps her self-esteem because she's
Yeah.
like, I know what I'll put up with and I know what I won't put up with. So,
Mm.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's a good point. I like that too. And obviously it's helped her succeed. I mean, she's been Ms. Olympia for a few times now, and
Yeah.
uh, yeah, she's amazing. She's
Yeah.
really cool to meet though. Um, I was just curious if there's anything that I missed that you'd like to address, and anybody that you might like to shout out.
Um, well, I mean, obviously the Manians, I'm just very thankful that they have the IFBB and they're allowing us to be on stage and like I appreciate every single competitor I've talked to. Like everybody has a story, everybody's beautiful. Like this is such a fun sport and I don't really have like a shout out, but I really want everyone to like find the joy in bodybuilding. And yeah, you're hungry, yeah, you're lean, but like look at yourself. Like look at what you can achieve. And I think
Mm,
we as competitors, we can be like a guiding light for people who are lost. So
Mm,
I just want people to remember, like, all of us, we're all special because we're willing to suffer like that, and we can show people the way. So
mm.
yeah.
That's perfect. I like that. That really good. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of motivational. It's really nice. And I was curious, do you have any sponsors or are you interested in getting sponsors?
I don't yet. I would like a sponsor. That would be really cool. I don't. I'm curious about HD Muscle and Hostile, but I know they require like a social media presence, so like I have to work on that.
Yeah,
So,
I got you.
but yeah, I and my coach has a sponsor, I think, but we're still in talks for that, so I don't want to like name drop yet,
Yeah.
just until we get it finalized. But we will probably be having a sponsor soon, so I'll keep you updated.
Okay. Yeah, that's terrific. Yeah. Would you consider like an in-kind sponsor, like a suit sponsor maybe, or something like that too? Or
Oh yeah, absolutely. As long as
yeah.
they can do what I want. I'm very particular about my suits because like the suit is part of the package, so I don't like just one color. I like designs. So as long as
Yeah.
they can do that, like I'm on board.
Yeah, yeah. I like your suit at Nationals. That was really colorful and had cool cut and everything. I thought you looked great. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I want to shout her out. Allison, her name is Allison. Her business is called Sunset Swimwear. She's amazing. Small business. She's on her own. She hand makes all the suits. And when I went to see her, I actually had a different idea, but then she had that one in the corner and she was like, "Have you ever thought about neon?" And I was like, "No." And then I tried it on and I was like, "Oh my God." And she freestyled that. She just hand did that and it was geometrical and it was exactly what I wanted. So she's
Really?
amazing. Hmm?
Maybe I was thinking maybe I could include her down in the comments, if you
Yeah,
want. Yeah.
absolutely. Like I want to give her all the business. Yeah. Her handle is Sunset Swimwear. It's all one word on
Okay.
Instagram. Yeah, and her name is Allison. But yeah, she's the sweetest lady. She's very accommodating. She knows color really well. So like if you're like really like, where do I start? She's great. She's great for that.
Terrific. Very cool. Oh, I lost you again. That's fun. Well, we're just about over anyway. So, but no, thank you for your time, Nicole. I really appreciate it. And yeah, keep me posted on 2025. I'm curious to see where you end up competing, and I'll definitely be rooting for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll definitely keep y'all posted. Thank you for having me back.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, thanks for doing part two. And then and like I said, I'll probably get this posted at the latest tomorrow morning. So I'll definitely tag you and everything. So,
All
but
right.
thank you. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Thank you. Hope you have a great holiday season too.
You as well. Have fun with your parties. All
Thank you. Take care.
right. Take care.